what to do to prepare for an auction. This is so important. There's so many different things out there. I'm going to show you how to go into an auction like a winner. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you all sorts of different strategies in there to make it happen. And these are things I've learned over the years. And one of them, I'm going to give you a little secret. A lot of it's observation. Every single one of those I'm going to outline in this. At the very end, I've got a little gift for you, so stick around for that. Okay, now we got to take care of those lazy guys, the algorithms. They're just sitting down there under the algorithms waiting for something to happen. You know what that is? For you to hit the subscribe, okay? That's how this channel keeps rolling out. So I'm doing all of these videos. They're so much fun to do, but I only want to do them if you want to do them. So click those links down below and we'll get right into it. So let's talk about what do you need to do to properly prepare for an auction. There's several things, okay? First of all, make sure you know exactly, this is going to sound so basic, where are the auctions at? Okay, so if I'm going to a live auction, I want to get there the day before and make sure I know where the parking is, how I get to the building, is there security there, all of that good stuff, okay? Number one, okay, that's the most important thing there. The next thing is, am I registered? Who needs to register? Well, I do. But when? Sometimes you have to be registered at least 5 days before the auction. So make sure you know that. Okay, so I registered. Who registered? What do you mean who registered? I registered. Oh, really? You're going to buy them in your name, not your LLC? No, I'm going to buy them in my... Oh. So you got to register in your LLC's name. Okay, that's great. But who's bidding? Well, I am. Do you have permission to bid from the LLC? Well, yeah, it's my LLC. Do they know that? Okay, so you might have to have a POA, power of attorney, on that. What else, Sean? What else? Okay, we haven't got the auction yet. Okay, so a power of attorney or what they call a proxy bidder. So if somebody else is bidding for you, it's what's called a proxy bidder. I use them all the time. So you'll pay somebody, maybe it's a title person, a real estate agent, somebody to go to the auction and they're authorized to bid for you. Okay, very important stuff. Okay, now this is huge. One of the biggest challenges you're going to find when going to auctions anywhere in the country is how do they want the winning bid paid? So how are you going to get money to the county? Okay, you don't just go in there and say, oh yeah, I'm going to win, I'm going to write you a check. Do they take checks? I mean, does anybody take checks for that matter? Okay, when is the final payment due? Now, a lot of them will say by the end of the day. Sometimes they've even said, hey, if you want to wire the money, as long as you have the confirmation number on the wire, we'll accept that. There's one county left, I think, in Michigan that's still taking credit cards. You know, some counties say, you bid on the property and you win, you go over and pay. Right now, go over. Are you going to bid on the next property? If you're not going to bid on the next property, we'll continue. If you are going to bid on the next property, we'll wait. Go pay. Yeah, no, I'm serious. You literally have to go over and pay. And it's going to be cashier's checks or cash. I've literally seen somebody take stacks of money, cash dollar bills, and pay $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 for a property. This is in Texas, okay, to make it happen. So be prepared. And I've seen people at auctions that didn't know you had to pay right away. This just happened. This happened less than 6 months ago, where a guy went to the sale. He won, I think it was $134,000. He turned around. The guy says, go over there. He says, no, I'm going to get the money. He says, okay, let me make it real clear. You have to have the money in the building. In the building. The guy says, I'm going to the bank. He goes, no, I said in the building. He says, we're going to rebid this property. And if this sells for less than you bid on it, you, my friend, is going to be responsible for the difference plus an 18% penalty. Okay? I mean, they're not going to all be like that, but this goes back to understand how it is. Number one. Number two is getting the money there. Okay, so how are you going to get the money there, Sean? That means I got to carry a bunch of cashier's checks? Yep. That where it goes back to other videos I've had on making a relationship with the bank. Okay, I can go into my bank and I can say, hey, Alejandro knows me really well. I'll go in there, or Doris or whoever. I'll say, I need $200,000 in cashier's checks. I want 10 of them to be 10,000, bunch of 5,000, and then some ones, and I'll bring some cash. That way I can get as close to my bids as possible. When I'm going in the bank, I can go in there and they'll give me cashier's checks without charging me $5 a piece. If I don't use it, I just sign them right back over to the bank. Okay, there you go. There's that way. I'm not really hip on carrying thousands of dollars in cash around with me. If you want to feel what it feels like to be the bag man for The Sopranos, walk around downtown Houston with a backpack full of money. You'll think everybody and their brother knows it. I don't know if anybody's seen those shows where those people are smuggling, those reality shows where they're smuggling stuff. What's it, Locked Up Abroad? I would be the worst smuggler in the world. I'd be like, it's in the bag, you know. So don't carry that kind of money. Sometimes if you're talking to the county, there will be ways that you can wire the money over. Wiring is extremely difficult, okay, especially since the Patriot Act and what have you. Make sure you have everything you need to wire money. I'll give you a perfect example. I've got all the paperwork done. I call in. I have secret passcodes. I can call into my deal. I have to give this code and this and that and all this good stuff, and they wire money. There's a ton of fraud in wire. Okay, so let me explain what happened. I get a phone call from somebody, and he's down in South America, a very good friend of mine. He goes, dude, we're going to have to overnight money by DHL. This deal is going down. I said, why can't we wire? He says, I'm not able to wire. I have to go into the bank to do it. And he and I bank at the same bank. I know the vice president. He knew the vice president. I said, I'll just wire it. He goes, you can wire? How can you wire? I go, because I've set this up. And I go, let me do this. I want you just transfer the money over to my account. I'll wire the money, and we're good to go. And so I made that happen. He came back to the United States. He goes, what do I need to do? I go, just go down and fill out the paperwork. Wire fraud, really? Absolutely. Be very, very, very careful with that. Okay, I don't like anybody sending me wiring information. I'll let them send me the information on how to get it there, but you make sure you know where that's coming from. I have had so many scenarios that we don't have to go through on this video where people are sending it, hey, you got to wire me some money. I had my bookkeeping department call me one time, and I got into the office, and they go, hey, your email's been hacked. I go, how do you know? And they go, well, because we got somebody that that said that they were you, and they gave us some wiring instructions to wire 14,000 and some change. I go, how do you know it wasn't me? They go, because they gave me way too many details. I had everything I needed to wire that, and we knew that you wouldn't do that. I know, because I won't. I won't do that. They know that for a fact. It'd be one sentence long, and I would have told them verbally the dollar amount to protect this. So literally, we caught a wire fraud mid-sentence in that whole deal. So be careful, cuidado. Be careful of that. Okay, the second thing is, if you're going to be bringing cash or whatever, let's say that they allow you to get money at the end of the day. You want to see a bank freak out, go into the bank and say, I need $75,000. If you don't have a relation from that bank, there'll be all sorts of alarms going out. I even did this one time. We won a bid. This is in, I do believe it's in Florida, and we needed some money. And so I was all thinking, I'm Mr. Smart Man. I'm going to go into Citibank and I'm going to deposit cash into my buddy's bank. This is Carl. So I'm going to give Carl, it was like $15,000, and we were going to be the winning bidder. Now he's got this cash because I put cash in his account, right? I put cash, dollar bills in his account in Citibank here in California. Oh no. Okay, I went into the bank, I deposited the cash, and I said, I need to make sure that he can get it on the other side. You know what they told me? They said, no. We have to hold it for 5 days. I'm going, I started to grab the cash. They go, what are you doing? I go, wait a second. He needs this available tomorrow morning. They go, it won't be available. I go, how can it not be available? He goes, because we don't have a relationship. I was like, are you kidding me? This is real money. They're like, that's just our policy. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute, okay? It's easy to get mad at the bank. Don't. They're just doing their job. Understand how banks work. There's a thing back in 2001 called the Patriot Act. The worst thing that was ever passed, but it is what it is. And they figured out real quickly in the Treasury Department to follow money. I've got friends of mine that own banks. So I had an experience probably about 5 years ago. Buddy of mine who owns a bank in Dallas, he and I were going to dinner that night. I just happened to be in Dallas when this happened. Okay, my money is at his bank. I was going to an auction after I left Dallas. He called me up, or actually sent me a text message and says, Sean, You're wiring a bunch of, or sending a bunch of cashier's checks over to Savannah. Why are you doing that? Talk to me tonight, or talk to me immediately. So I called him up. He goes, what's going on? I said, real simple, I'm going to sale. He goes, why didn't you send this earlier? Plus, I can't send it to the address that's not the address of record of the bank. He said, do me a favor, send me 4 or 5 examples of the properties you're bidding on and how much you're planning on bidding, and I'll put them in your file. We'll have, tonight when we have dinner, I'll explain. I said, all right. So we had dinner that night. I go, what's up? He goes, let me tell you something. As a bank, we are regulated, not you. So the bank's regulators come in, and if I were to send those cashier's checks to an address that wasn't your address of record of the account, my friend at the bank said, they don't fine you, they fine me. Not fine me. That's what happens. That's when the light bulb went off. So they can't regulate all these people out there, but they can regulate the banks. So when the banks are coming back on you, I'm like, oh. He goes, let me ask you a question. How many of your students need this? Because we get this call all the time. We're like, why are they sending money? He says, why wouldn't you have just sent the money before? I said, because I don't know how much money I'm going to need until maybe the day or so before the auction. And I'm on my way to the auction at that point. He goes, that makes all the sense. It was great because of his relationship with me, he called me up about a month later. He goes, look, we got that way for you guys. They all know what's going on. We have it documented. You're good to go. I'm like, really? He goes, yep. So again, making a relationship with your bank is crucial. There are so many things that we haven't been able to get involved in. How to bid on it properly, cardiac bids, all that good stuff. Everything I've got some free training on this, okay, right now, free training, brand new. All you have to do is click the higginsmethod.com. I've got some free booklets on this. I got some free training, and we'll go from A to Z on this. God bless, good luck, and we'll see you at the winning circle.